Welcome to High Tea Podcast. We're your hosts, Mel, Kel, and Kay, where we sip and speak on what many are thinking but are too shy and not bold enough to say. So buckle up, grab a glass, and pinkies up. Enough stalling. Let's get into the show.
Ladies, it's season 3. And it's also our 3rd year since we've seen each other all collectively at one time.
It's been way too long.
It's been far too long.
Like, it's painful. Like, there's a reunion coming, and I feel it. I feel it brewing inside of me. So we're gonna work on this. But ladies, how you feeling about getting into season 3?
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be different, I think. Lots to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. And I feel like we're in a completely different mindset of the 3 of us in season 1 and 2.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially since it's like a whole bunch of stuff has been brewing, so we have like a million social media moments to talk about.
Yes. And I feel like we've just grown.
That plus this progression of the reopening of the world is really throwing me for a fucking loop.
Oh yeah.
Like, I thought I was like had all my zen and I had like all my shit ready, and then the world was like, "Hey girl, how you doing?" I was like, "Whoa, bitch."
It's like, we're back.
I was not ready to talk to you yet. I thought we were still fighting. I thought we were not on good terms anymore. Okay. But day by day, that's all we can do, ladies. Yeah. But I'm glad that we getting started on season 3, because honestly, I feel like this is also what I've been missing, because this is like my therapy. Because
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I don't see a therapist right now, but I want to.
This is free.
Yeah, this is included in the price of admission. Well, this episode we are going to talk about finding your passions, like your life passions, what you feel like is your purpose on kind of multiple planes, but also talk about some of the lows that you come across on your way to finding these big moments for yourself. We have a social media moment, of course. I feel like it can go an interesting way in the conversation. So, excited to see how this goes. And then we're going to play a game of Would You Rather. So, us ladies have come up with some questions, and we'll see how the rest of the group reacts. Oh, I'm a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. And of course, we're gonna end with our weekly recommendation. So, ladies, finding our purpose, our life passion. Do we want to do the usual of questions first?
Questions are a go.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Let me think of the best one that I have here. Like, I have a lot. It's hilarious. What do you think your purpose right now in the world is? Like, how do you feel about yourself right now in this moment?
Oh, gosh. So I would say that I'm very confused at the moment. That's just being honest and real. And it probably has something to do with the fact that we have been in complete isolation of a pandemic. And I know that overall, my passion and purpose in life is always to be on the helping end and the teaching end of things. But quite frankly, I have a hard issue with myself for doing that for me. So me exerting all my time and energy to help other people, which I love doing, the kindness of my heart, is great and everything. But when you can't do that for yourself, that's where the difficulty comes in. And I'm trying to learn the ins and outs of how to go about that. Instead of being in this rut, how can I use my difficulty and struggle, but also carry out my passion.
I feel that.
Me too.
Like if there was a snaps button, I would be pressing it right now. Yes, all the snaps.
Thank you, thank you.
Oof. What about you, Miss Kishana?
Like I kind of understand it with Kelly because even to me, it's been hard, like trying to figure out what my purpose is, not just for the world, but like for myself, period.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like sometimes you get stuck in this daze of feeling lost and confused and useless and
Whew.
purposeless. So there's like so many
Add unproductive for
ties to
me.
it. Yeah.
Yes,
And
girl.
even though we all have a or even though we all have jobs or multiple jobs, it's just like you still feel like you're not doing enough.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I get to that point a lot where it's just like, yo, I'm not doing a lot, period. But even though people tell me, especially when it comes to the job that I have, a lot of people compliment me for having that type of job, but I'm just like, yeah, on the outside it may look great, but on the inside it's just like, what am I doing? I'm just collecting a paycheck and going home.
Mm-hmm.
I
Oh yeah.
mean, I know some people do find a passion or a purpose in going to school, being creatives, doing this, doing that, but for me it's more than that. Like it's and then honestly it's really hard to like put it into words how I feel inside about it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's part of the reasons why I really don't express much because it's just like, how do you explain this to people? How? It's really hard.
Well, can I tell you what I hear when you said that?
What?
It sounds like your job is literally just a job. It's not something you get excited about
Right, and I'm pretty sure a lot of
anymore.
Yeah.
people get like that. Like I think
Yeah,
after a while, like you,
it becomes stagnant.
yeah, it's like it's a routine. Like it's
It's
a
the
daily
same
routine. You
thing.
wake up, you go, you clock in, you clock out, you come home.
Mm-hmm. No, I get that.
What about you?
Mine's is gonna sound morbid, but I don't mean it in a morbid sense. I just mean it in the sense of everything y'all have both said,
Mm-hmm.
but just the feeling that it gives me when I think about all of it. And it's really like, it feels like drowning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, yeah.
It feels like you're literally just paddling for water as hard as you can, but just still paddling. You're not swimming, you're not keeping a current, you're just trying just to keep above air level.
Treading water.
You're just
Mm-hmm.
there.
Yeah, you're just trying to get as much air as you possibly can, the longest you possibly can, and it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But then you have to swallow it again, that feeling, and keep on going.
Yep.
Yep.
And no one else in real life is talking about this feeling. So then you're also like, am I the only one that feels that way?
Because you know what I think it is
Exactly.
too. I think that people are just so used to putting up a front, like I'm okay, like we're okay here, like this is fine, and it's just like sometimes it's not.
Most of the time it's not.
It's not. It's not okay. And it's
Mm-mm.
okay for it not to be okay.
Yeah.
I think that's a part of my thought process too, is that there's not more people out there willing to talk about it. So everyone's like, I'm fine. It's great. Things are good. All right. How are you? And like just kind of deferring, and sorry for bringing that voice out, but like that's how it becomes. Like where
Mm-hmm.
everyone's just
Yeah.
like, I'm cool. Everything's great. No, it's fucking not.
You know what it is too? And as three black women sitting on a podcast talking, that is one of the major factors in it because as black women we're told we need to be strong, we need to take it and
Yep.
buckle up. No one gives a fuck if we complain. And we're seen as if we complain, we're annoying. If we don't complain, we're too strong. And it's just like, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'll complain if I need to complain. I'll be strong if I want to be strong.
It gets to
And it's
knowing when
okay.
you have to say something and knowing where it's just not fucking worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all about picking and choosing your battles at this point.
Literally,
Mm-hmm.
literally. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, do
Yes.
you want to catch a case or do you want to just catch your feelings?
Because you
I'm
never
gonna just
know
catch
Right.
my
who
feelings.
you're really talking to until those moments.
Hmm. Yeah.
Whether
My,
someone's being really empathetic or really if they're just showing that they're empathetic, but at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck.
right.
Yeah.
And I think one thing too with me when it comes to expressing those type of feelings, like whether it's feeling lost, stagnant, or just in a
General
shit place,
anxiety.
right? It's just like I have an anxiety of people using that against me later on. It's just like I'm not
Hmm.
saying something to someone for you to like attack me at some later time because when I feel attacked, I go into defense mode. That's just period. That's just my nature. Like don't attack my feelings if I'm expressing feelings to you, whatever the case is. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
So it's just like and then when you
Hmm.
get defensive, it's like you
All
seem
right.
like an enemy of state. And it's just like,
Yeah.
no, you're attacking my feelings, you're attacking my judgment, my character, whatever I'm expressing to you in that moment. So why would you
Hmm.
not expect someone to get defensive?
Well, yeah, especially when instead of listening to the words that are being said to them, they're taking it as an offense or
Hmm.
an attack on them personally. When you're like, no, I need you to hear me.
Yeah, just nod and
Yeah.
say, okay, I hear you, I understand. That's all I want.
Like, digest the information as it is, not what you think or perceive. Stop overthinking it. I'm talking to you about something that I'm feeling, about what's going on in my life. I'm not trying to compare my life to yours because that's something that people like to
Hmm.
do. They'd be like,
And
well,
I
I'm
don't
going
understand
through
why.
this and I
Right.
understand, so I don't know what you got to complain about. Or, oh, well, I have to deal with this on a daily basis. Bitch, I didn't ask you.
You know, one thing I
Yep.
always have to remind myself of is that not everyone thinks like me, and I should never expect anyone to think like me. And I always remind myself that when I
Yep.
have conversations with people, where it's just like, this person does not think like me. Why am I trying to help you solve something? Just, you got it.
Well,
You'll
what
get
I've
through it.
done
Those
is
are
I
usually
just
my
tell
words at
them,
this point.
take this statement as you want to. I mean nothing personally by it. I'm just stating this as it is for me. We're giving
Hmm.
some kind of trigger warning to be like, this is not on you personally, basically, because I don't have the energy to deal with the after effects. So I'd rather take the time before I say it to be like, yo, this is not about you. This is not about us. This is not about any of that shit. This is just me expressing how I feel.
Bro, sometimes the warnings don't even mean anything because people still take it personally sometimes.
Oh no, but that's when I know I can cut their ass off. Because once I give you a warning and I'm straight up telling you this is not about you, this has nothing to do with us, like all that type of shit. If you still take personal offense, oh okay, go about your business, dog.
Hmm.
I don't want that shit in my life. If I can't come and talk to you as a human to human, and you take offense to every single thing I say, then we ain't got nothing to talk about.
Right.
Right.
Super fly tangent, but I loved every minute of that.
Oh, of course. This is a vent session as well as a podcast.
It for
So,
It really
real
is.
is. Praise be.
Oh.
mhm.
Um, what would you say was some of the starting points where you started to feel like you were developing these passions and these thoughts and where you thought your purpose was? Like when you started figuring out what you want your purpose to be in this world.
Hmm. For me, I think I like how Kelly said that she always wants to be on like the helping side of things. I think that's just always been in my nature as a person, period. Like I always I always been like when it comes to like my friendships, I'm always like the friend that my friends can come to talk or like if they needed help with something or a shoulder to cry on. Like if you needed to move, I got you. I'll come help you move. If you needed to like go to the grocery store because you're scared to like go there and get something for yourself, I got you. I'll go with you. I've always been that
Mhm.
friend and but I never really was the person that ever wanted those things back from people because I like to help people. If I can make your day a little bit easier, I'll help you make your day a little bit easier. So I always know that I always wanted to be on the helping end of things as well, like how Kelly said.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it really came for me having a customer service job, even though I hate customer service because I just don't like the people who are just like nasty.
Mm-hmm.
But when there's people who actually appreciate what it's the service that you gave or the way that you helped them and they express that to you, it's like it's not really like a feeling of gratification. It's just a sense of knowing that I helped you, made your day easier. I think that's where it
Right.
came from for me, from knowing that I did something for you to like either like lift some type of strain, to like help you carry something throughout that day or whatever the case may be. And I think
Yeah.
that's where I found my passion, that I would like to help people and I would like to be in the working field of helping people. Not technically, not really customer service, like over the phone helping, because I would lose my shit. But more like in person servicing, I guess.
Gotcha.
Makes complete sense.
We call those
Yeah.
the good ones, the reminders,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
the
Because I'm the
people.
person that's like, I'm the person on the highway. If someone's trying to change the lane, I'm gonna slow down and let you in. That's just who I am. If you're trying to turn
As
and I'm
long
in
as
the
you have a
right of way,
turning
I'm gonna
signal.
stop to let you turn. That's it. That's
There,
just who I am. Like that is just
there's
who I
terms and
am.
conditions.
Because it's just like, what is one
What?
person?
Listen, there's rules to the road. If you don't use a turning signal, how am I supposed to know you're trying to turn?
Right, that's different though. Like in that type of sense, I'd be like, absolutely not.
No, you are not getting in front of me because you did not let me know that you're trying to get in front of me. So I have the right to keep going about my business.
Right, those are the assholes in the restaurant that forgot to tell you no onions on their burger, but ordered a
Even worse,
burger and
those
was
are the
upset there's
assholes
onions on there.
who RSVP to a wedding, ignore the dietary restriction, and show up with 15 fucking allergies. Those are the
Mm-hmm.
assholes that I'm
Yep.
talking about.
Yep.
Yep.
Sorry, not to bring that up. But
Yep.
anyways,
It's personal for Melissa.
the inconsiderate nature of humans is real.
Mm-hmm.
No, but I get what you're saying, Shauna.
Yeah.
What about you, Miss Kels, or do you want me to go?
I think for me, it has always been from early age. So I think in my adult year, what happened was not only the incident that happened to me at my first job right out of college that was abusive for me to leave that job, but also another place where this manager actually was going off on a dishwasher because they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. They weren't quick enough for the manager, and they just were hard of hearing. But the actual thing was the woman was deaf. And
Wow.
when I was hearing how that manager was going off on this woman, and she must have been around like her 30s, her mid 30s, a petite woman, very, very sweet. But I knew a little bit of sign language. And I actually went over, I actually, like, enunciated and ejected my voice at the manager and was like, yo, you just can't be talking to an actual human being this in this manner, not to mention the person's deaf. You're actually going against accessibility um, issues. So I went ahead and just spoke to the woman in the little bit of sign language that I knew, and I communicated with her. And she completely and lovingly just appreciated it. And she was on the verge of tears. And when I tell you, it was like at that moment where I knew that when it comes to the industry that we're in, all three of us have been exposed to, I'm not about seeing people get mistreated because
Yeah.
I've been mistreated on the job.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen people get mistreated. It's almost like going past a horrible car accident and not having any type of feeling about it. I can't do that. So it's moments like those where you actively see something from the start to finish and know that it didn't have to happen that way. I'm that person who just wants to comfort people. I want to help them in any way that I can. I want to put that band aid on that wound. I want to help you emotionally. And I'm just naturally that giver. That's my love language is acts of service. That's my work language is
Mm-hmm.
acts of service. That's all I know and that's all I really know how to do. And if I can add my creative sector of my personality into it, which is hella large, um, that's even more amazing. But it's the fact that you just don't want to see humans be disrespected, and
Mm-hmm.
you want to do what your parent told you going into kindergarten. Treat people the way you want to be
Oh
treated.
yeah, I heavily believe in
Mm-hmm.
that.
Do unto others how you want them to do unto you. It's not that hard.
It is hard for some people though.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
And you know what I think it is with people? It's that selfish ambitions that they have. It's like they need to feel fulfilled by doing something for somebody, or they need to receive something in return in order to do something for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't feel like that's always necessary. It
No.
doesn't always have to be you scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Yeah.
But
Which
I don't
gross.
unfortunately,
expect anything.
that's what happens in the Western world.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's like the person who shows up when they're in the bad mood. Everyone has to be in a bad mood.
Oh yeah,
Or they have to
everyone's got to feel
accept
it.
their bad mood and bad behavior. And you're like, no, motherfucker, we all out here tired, exhausted, dealing with personal shit, dealing with probably
Mm-hmm.
financial shit. You need to chill.
Right.
Leave
Yep.
that shit at home. Leave it in your car. Put it in your
Mm-hmm.
sunglasses case. I don't care. But you need to figure out where to put that shit. Because it's not here today. I'm not. Mm-mm. Bad vibes. Keep it to yourself. Thank you.
Yeah.
People are so gross. Sorry. Um, well, I think kind of similar to y'all, I guess, at around that same age. Um, really just figuring out what made me happy and what was worth pursuing professionally or personally that would keep me happy.
Mm-hmm.
So like doing fundraisers at school for like the food fundraisers, that made me happy. I liked cooking food for people. I like people enjoying my food.
Mm-hmm.
So when that little J Woo postcard showed up in the mail, I was like, I do like doing that. Let's give it a shot. Before I knew what real money cost.
Oh, for real. It's a scam.
God damn it. um, as were the people who actually did rather well after. It's a scam because I know plenty of people who did not do well after. Sorry, y'all. But yeah, so just it's like I know it's gonna sound like the real hippie in me, which I'm fine with at this point. But like, there's one thing I've realized, especially in the last year, is that one, people make their own choices.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever their reasoning is, they made the choice to be in that moment, in that time, and in
Mm-hmm.
that space. And honestly, because of that, I don't I don't give a fuck.
Yep.
Tell me what to care about and tell me what not to care about. I need y'all just to lay it out as black and white as possible. You leave it in the gray, I'm gonna treat it as gray, and then you can't get mad
Yep.
about the end result.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Like I don't know what else to say. What do you want? Like someone tried to lay something on me that was a surprise to everyone in the conversation, and I was just like, hold up. So it's either one, I've been doing this wrong from the start, or two, you are coming out of left fucking field. Which one is it? I need to know. I don't speak these languages of bullshit. I put it in English, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
You United States English, to be clear. Thank you. Um, but at the end of the day, when I used to do those stupid fundraisers, they weren't stupid. Um, there was always at least one person who would complain. Always, at least one.
Mm-hmm.
If 100 people tried your food, one person would think it's too salty or too sweet or too whatever it is, and they'll have a complaint. All right, motherfucker, live your life.
But they complain about anything everywhere.
And that's why I say they can live their life. Oh,
Yep.
thank you so much for letting us know. We really appreciate that feedback. We will keep that take that into consideration as we move forward. I won't. So what about your creatives? Because I feel like we're all kind of creatives.
Mm-hmm.
And most often our creative things don't really usually merge with our professional. Like mine does a little bit, but not fully. Like the stuff I like to create and do and stuff like that are all usually per se offline when I'm not
Mm-hmm.
on. So how do you feel like your creative side of you has, from where you started realizing what you really liked to where you are now?
It hasn't happened at all.
It hasn't happened.
Nope, it has not happened. And that is where I'm struggling because, like, you and I have had the same job,
Mm-hmm.
went to school for it, everything. That was great. But that is on a professional level.
Yeah,
And I think where it gets tricky, and what a lot of people think when they think of passion and their purpose, it's always wrapped up into a job where you get a paycheck.
that's that
And
American
that's
shit.
dangerous.
Yep.
Yeah, it's dangerous. And I don't want to. And a lot of our generation in particular does not want to be confined to corporate America. We are so creative and have so many things that we want to do. Our mind is constantly running. I'm waking up and staying up late at night just thinking of everything and anything. And I just want to do all of those things, but it's like, where do I start? Because it's not like you can just go and start your own business. You
Mm-hmm.
either have to have some type of experience in the
Mm-hmm.
field that you want to go into. You either have to have certain licensing. You either have to put down a down payment of something completely large and
Financial.
stupid expensive.
Yep.
Yeah. And with COVID just happening, our economy is just shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's difficult.
And the stock
And
market's going to shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And it's always about who you know. But nobody wants to help anybody. And again, that ties back into how all three of us are always wanting to be on the helping end. We can help everybody, but nobody wants to help us.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that creative, it's like it is a community of people helping people and scratching backs to scratch others. But I'm struggling with the fact of where do I start so I don't have to put my creative focus into a paycheck, because I want that creative outlet to be something that I completely love and appreciate and will never get tired of. Let me have my job that I get a paycheck from and benefits be something that's quote unquote typical
Right.
American. But let me have my fun. Let me have my fun and my outlet that I can go to sleep happy with be on the creative sector of it.
Right.
So that's where I am when it comes to that issue.
Okay, I get you now. I thought you meant like, I get what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of, yeah, I agree. I I mean, I think I've told y'all this, like when me and my boyfriend like moved in together, he was like, "Well, what do you like to do?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" "I watch TV." "I don't know what you're talking about." And he's like, "What are your hobbies?" "I don't have hobbies. I work and I watch TV. These are my two settings
Right.
outside of going to
Mm-hmm.
dinner. I eat, I watch TV, and I go to work. That's my life in a bow."
Right.
Mm-hmm.
He was just like, "You need to have hobbies. That's not healthy." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" First of all, don't analyze my life.
Not everybody. I mean, some people are okay with not having hobbies. I don't really have hobbies like that. I don't think I do.
Well, literally that bow is me. Like at least usually I get and I understood his point once I was able to digest it. But of course, in the moment, I was just like, oh shit. But his point is that like there has to be something you have to be excited about that's not work related. But
Mm-hmm.
also on the flip side of that, our jobs, I have more passion and love in my job than he does.
Right.
So like obviously the way we operate are is different as far as where we lie our passions and where we decide what's worth the money. But I was just like, dog. why are you breaking down my life like this? Like, I don't appreciate any of this. No, but I got his point. And thinking of that, I had to literally think back to a time where I wasn't doing something for a paycheck. And it literally took me to like
Mm-hmm.
junior high, where I was
Wow.
just, because after junior high, it was nothing about boy. It was just boys, school, and being cute. That's all I care about. Those were my three settings in high school. So junior high, I actually had things I did that were not related to those three things,
Yeah.
which is so sad. I have to go back to, what is that, 11, 12-year old version of me to figure out what gets me excited that I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
rely on for money.
Yeah. And that's why it's so dangerous.
Like, damn.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? As you guys are talking about that, one thing I do realize that I enjoy doing is like decorating, but I would never do it
Ooh.
as a job or a paycheck. I don't think you guys realize. Ask Melissa how fancy my room used to be.
She was cute.
Yeah, all the way from like when we met. Like my room was either colorful when I was younger, like super colorful. Like I had like colors that you would never think that would look nice together, but they look nice together.
Mm-hmm.
And then now like being more sophisticated.
Yeah.
And I do always like interior decorating. And at one point I did think about being an interior decorator, but then when I saw that the market for it is not that great,
Yeah,
I was
man.
just like, I'll
Yeah.
just stick to it as like something I like to do in my room and throughout the house and just keep it like that.
Mm-hmm. I'm the same way.
I
Yeah,
am not.
I would never sit there and put it as like a career path. Kudos to the people who do it.
That's why
Mm-hmm.
I have the two of you, so that way you can decorate the house I'll buy in the future.
Oh yeah.
Be like,
Hmm.
come on through, sis. This is the credit card limit. Let's get this shit done because I don't want to deal with it.
Got you, fam.
Yeah.
Like, here's your budget. Get to work. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. I'm all about some spray paint and a hammer and some nails. Let me do it
Hmm.
DIY style.
Yep. Give me some wood, give me some tools, and I got you.
Mm-hmm.
That would be like such a, our creative vacation is decorating Melissa's house.
Have an HGTV show.
Oh my
Yes, we can
god.
just film the whole thing.
Oh, my favorite.
Well, before we wrap this topic up, I would like us to just kind of not, we don't have to go into much detail, but just kind of talk about, we kind of started off talking about the lows that we're currently going through, but just some of the lows and some of the high parts where it made it kind of worth it in the end, at least for in that moment. Does that make sense? Like, just some examples.
Yeah.
Oh, like the other day, um, one of my because you got everyone knows that I work with people with mental disabilities, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
the other day I was leaving work and one of my residents came home from his day activities, right? And so he came home and he's just like, "Oh, Kishana, I have something for you." And I'm just like, "Oh, what do you have for me?" And he was just like, "Here." And then like he gives me like a sunflower, and I was just so excited about it
Oh.
because it was a paper because they do like arts and craft projects where they go and whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
basically, the petals of the sunflower were made out of like a sketch of his hands, and
Oh.
he stapled them together and then like made the center of the sunflower. And he gave it to me, and he was like, "This is for you." And he was just like, "You're my favorite." And he's like, and I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "I
So
love
sweet.
sunflowers. They're my favorite flowers." So it's like those little moments that make you that makes at least makes me like more, I guess, more on like the perky upside, because then it's like you don't you kind of like, especially in that field of working, you kind of like lose motivation at some point and it just becomes like you just feel like you're just collecting a check. But when those like little tiny moments happen
Mm-hmm.
and like you feel appreciated, and that's one thing about me that I like to feel is appreciated, if
Yes.
that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's like coming from like a job or a relationship or something like that. Like, I don't ask for much. The one thing I do ask for is at least to feel appreciation and for that appreciation to be shown to me, whether it's just
Mm-hmm.
saying thank you, I appreciate what you did, or I love you, I appreciate what you did, anything like that. Like, words of affirmation is part of my love language as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's more on the lower
Yeah.
end of it, but it still means a lot to hear it.
Yeah, it just depends on who it's coming from. Like if it's
Right,
coming
right.
from your
Mm-hmm.
manager, all right, cool, thank you.
Okay, cool.
You
Bye, bitch.
you
You have to
say it,
appreciate all of us.
I'll take it. I'll take what it is. But if it's like your partner, you're like, all right, but at least for me, like I like the words of affirmation, yes, but I also like to see the actions
Oh yeah,
behind those
100%.
words
Yep.
from someone like
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
What about do you have a low that you would want to talk about that we haven't already?
No, because at my job, it's like you like there's always going to be a low, but at the same time, it's just like you have to remind yourself about the field of work that you did. Like,
Oh no, I meant like in
yeah.
your lifetime, not just this job.
Oh, besides what I said, period, just feeling stagnant. No,
Yeah.
that's about it. But then I always remind myself like there's people out there who have it way worse.
Yes.
That's
That's
one thing I
true.
always remind myself is like
When in doubt.
it's just like, yeah, don't feel that bad for yourself because there's people out there that have it way worse than you do.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
At least once a week, I have to say that.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially when I see a bitch at the bus stop in a Louis Vuitton bag, I be like, "Oh, baby, you dumb."
You did that the
Stop it.
wrong
That's one.
way,
You did that the
sis.
wrong way, sis. I'm gonna sit in my Target bag in my Jeep. I'm good. I'm gonna sit here in my Jeep with my cute ass Aldo bag.
Oh my god.
Happily.
I was like, that Louis Vuitton bag is my yearly my car insurance payment. Have fun with that shit.
Yeah, ain't nothing there I want.
You spent my car insurance
Priorities.
payment on one bag, bruh.
Heck no.
Absolutely not. I'm good. So stuff like that perks me back up. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Miss Kelly?
I would say that in the past couple months, there have been um, a couple pediatric calls, and there was one call where the girl she was probably around 6 years old, and her mom was a single mother, had a little boy who was around 3 years old, and the 3 year old was actually like bouncing off of emotion from what the little girl was going through,
Right.
so he was crying out of control, and the mom was just inundated with emotions about what was going on with the daughter at the time. And I went ahead and just held the little boy in my arms, and he just fell asleep. I just basically patted him on the back, rocked him a little bit slow to sleep, gave him a little stuffed animal, and he just fell asleep. And as simple as that is, and it can happen to like your niece, your nephew, your cousin, whatever the case is, it's like those moments where, again, you're in a situation where people are going through hard times, and you have to pick and choose who you're going to help. And at that moment, the little boy was just crying for his sister and didn't know what was happening. He can't communicate that. And so just caressing a child, and you see how innocent a child is at that age, it just makes you think of, wow, this child is coming into a world that's crazy as hell. And for this little moment, put them to peace. And that's what I did. And it's those kind of moments where I appreciate the job that I'm in right now,
Mm-hmm.
because I just like to give back that little bit of love for a couple minutes. And everybody needs a hug and a kiss and a band aid to help them soothe of what the past few years have given us,
Yep.
which is a hot ass mess.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to the difficulty, um, reiterating kinda is, once you leave and you have to be on standby of you're that strong person, after you leave, it's like you're just emotionally drained. And you take on those emotions
Mm-hmm.
after having to put on a strong front, and you're on the end where, okay, now I'm by myself. I don't have anybody to really put this on because I don't want to put that emotion on somebody else because that's not what they need to have. But I need to be able to find an outlet to safely and productively be able to release my feelings in an unbiased person or situation. So it's kind of like, again, how we talk about self care and really making sure that you give yourself that time to reset and refocus. And it's difficult, but we all have got to figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
For, I guess, to kind of wrap it up, having the, at least my lowest points, especially for like the women we are, like where we're like, go, 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 we have shit to do. Let's, we just gotta make it happen, like the best way we can.
Mm-hmm.
And the low points for me feel like such failures and such defeat
Mm,
against myself because I personally am not a competitive person with other people because I don't give a
Mm.
fuck about other people.
Yep.
yes.
That sounds like a them problem. They made their choices to be where they are. I don't give a
Yep.
fuck what they're doing. If they're not
Nope.
doing what I'm doing and stopping me from doing my work, once you stop me from doing my work, then I give a
Yep.
fuck what you're doing. But if
Yep.
you're
Yep.
not stopping me from getting what I need to get done, I don't care about other people. Other people are not my
Mm,
competition. I am my competition. My
Yep.
expectations for me are way higher than my expectations for that fucker. That has nothing to do with me.
preach.
So when I get defeated, it hurts. It's like heartbreak for me. And having to come out that hole while also still feeling that feeling of sometimes just feeling like you're drowning,
Mm-hmm.
it's a hard hole to come out of because you're literally, it feels like you're digging yourself out of a grave basically, kind of. I'm really morbid today. I'm sorry, y'all.
No,
um
that's real.
but it you're like literally just digging yourself out. So having those moments and then having to get over those moments suck fucking assholes, to put it plainly.
I agree.
Yeah,
But
couldn't agree
then
more.
you're gonna have those moments where, for me, which are way less, helpful to society, when I can plan an event for someone for an entire weekend and everything goes off without a hitch and it goes off exactly how we planned, exactly how we wanted it, and everyone has a great time and everyone is just so happy that they were able to do it. I'm good. I can sleep now. I've been sleeping hard lately, y'all.
I don't blame you. You gotta
Yeah.
you just gotta feel. And you know what's crazy? Sometimes like I find that people feel guilty. Like you know how people have this whole thing where it's like, oh, business people and Fortune 500 people sleep 4 hours. They don't even sleep sometimes. I'm
Mm.
like, okay,
That sounds awful because I sleep
that sounds
six
terrible.
hours and I'm not happy about it.
I'm like, that sounds terrible. I'm just like, no, me sleeping 4 hours is like the absolute worst thing you can do for me. I'm just like, I will be the
Mm-hmm.
grumpiest motherfucker later on that day. All
Yeah,
right.
I
I
need
need
sleep.
8 hours plus, six the minimum.
Yep.
No, I need it. And I do not feel guilty about sleeping, period.
I told my staff, they were like,
Period.
"Oh, you're doing so much to help us." I said, "This is not helping you. This is helping us. Because as soon as we get this shit done, I get to go home and go to sleep. So
Yep.
let's get shit done. If I could speed up the dance, I would, but I can't. So I'm gonna go do something else. But as soon as we can get home, this is great for me. I want to go to bed,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
but that's just me. Well, ladies, do you have anything else to say about kind of basically how we got here to this very moment with our passions and our purpose?
Don't go based off the timeline of other people. You have your own
Yeah.
timeline, and if it's not going the way that you see it going, that's okay. The universe has something planned for you, but don't ruin it by going off of what other people are doing around you.
Hmm. And to add to that, like, you don't have to be on the same page as everybody. Like, you don't
Yep.
have to. Like, everybody is doing things at their own time, at their own pace. I'm like, because just because you see old friend of yours is going to school getting a master's doesn't mean that you have to go do that exact same thing because
Nope.
you feel useless if you don't do it. And I'm just like, everybody's success looks different. It's not going to be the same as your friend pursuing a law degree or a friend that's pursuing a doctorate. It's not going to look the same. It absolutely isn't. And just because someone's doing that doesn't mean that they're fully happy with it. We don't have to conform to these terrible standards of society that tells us that we have to do X, Y, and Z in XY time frame.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. No one tells you have to be married and have children by 25. Like that's
I mean, they do,
unrealistic
but
for a
don't
lot of
listen to them.
people. That's unrealistic for a lot of people. Some people aren't even mentally ready for a lot of things by the time they're 25 years old.
If that hasn't taught if the last 14 months hasn't taught you that doing everything to everyone else's standard is exhausting, you have not been paying attention.
You haven't at all.
Because your girl is tired.
Right.
Yeah,
Just do what
no.
makes you happy at your own pace. That's literally all you can take from all of this.
Also, on your journey, you got to figure out what's more important to you as you make your own timeline. Because I would say make your
Yeah.
own timeline of just, and it doesn't have to be any amount of specific time. 20-year-old version of me was thinking 5 years ahead.
Yeah.
27-year version of me is thinking 1 year ahead. Because that's all I got. I can't think that far ahead. The young version of me had way much more time and energy than this version does.
Yep.
So
Facts.
you adjust your timeline on your journey how you feel is necessary.
Yeah.
That felt good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Haha. All right. So for our social media moment this week, um, found this video on Instagram, and basically it looks like a fellow podcast. I didn't read the caption. I'm so sorry. I only did some of my homework. Um, but basically they were talking about dress how you want to be addressed. And the guy's argument was, well, if I'm looking at a girl on Instagram who's dressed with much more skin than clothes, I shouldn't address her this in the same manner as a girl who is doing the polar opposite of that. And the woman was basically like, yeah, I'm not gonna go to a realtor and ask them if they sell cars. If she wants to dress like that, then that's how you can address her. And I posed the question to the ladies. And I know how I feel, but that's just how I feel in general. Doesn't even have to be this particular subject. So
Mm-hmm.
my point of view is I don't give a fuck how someone dresses, how someone like personifies themselves is how they act.
Mm-hmm.
So I give every human the same amount of respect when I first meet them, whether they dress more provocative, for lack of a better term, sorry, um, or they dress more like an Amish woman, or whatever the male version of that is. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You can come up with me with 15 warts in your face. I'm gonna give you the same look I give everyone else. I might not hug you, but I'm still gonna treat you the same as everybody else.
Right.
I don't hug people I don't know, especially pandemic. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that's just me.
I'm in the same boat as you. I will say though, I was raised by a mother who, anytime she was gonna go out, she was gonna dress looking like she has her life together. And that could just be a t-shirt, jeans, and a baseball cap or something like that. So like for instance, when I go to the post office or when I have to go inside the bank, for some reason, because I'm thinking of how other people perceive me, in those instances of a very like particular business or I need to get the job done, I'm going to dress looking like I do have some type of sense and background. I'm not going to go in with a hair bonnet. Sorry if you
Oh
do,
yeah.
but that's just not my type of tea.
Agreed.
I'm going to dress looking like, hey, my name is Kelly Watkins, da 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 da. Um, I just feel more confident, and I feel like people perceive you in a confident way when you
Mm-hmm.
dress the part. But for me, I'm not going to treat people with disrespect.
Yeah.
How you look. That's just not me.
Well, that's just you wanting to be the best representation of yourself.
Yeah.
So if I go to the supermarket looking like total shit, that's because I don't give a shit.
I'm going to the
Right.
supermarket.
I mean, that's just the honesty.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not
If,
going to go to the supermarket in a bonnet or a headscarf, but
Hell no.
I'll go in there with a sweatpants and t-shirt.
Yeah.
like straight up exhausted, holy shirt, I don't give a fuck. But I still will have a bra on. My hair will
Yes.
be non-bonnets, non-scarf,
Mm-hmm.
because that's
Right.
not how I get down personally. I
Like
just
a cute
can't do
head
it.
wrap is nice, but
I can
Yeah.
even do a turban, but what we're
right.
not gonna do
Yeah.
is wear what I wore to bed outside the house. That's what
Oh,
we're not
perfect.
gonna do.
See, I believe in a time and a place. And
Yeah.
that's what I got from this clip in a way, cuz
Mm.
like the guy said, just because a woman dresses provocatively on social media doesn't mean that she does that in her everyday life, which is kind of true.
Especially like cam girls. Cam girls have a whole
Right.
different
Yeah.
life when they're not on the camera.
Right, which is kind of true because I had an old coworker and a lot of her pictures were slightly provocative, like her in bikinis, like showing her ass out and stuff like that. But now she's a nurse and pretty professional
Mm-hmm.
on her work side. But that's not who she is on a regular day. On like a regular day, I'm just like, and that's kind of what I got from the first guy that was talking, the one that's in the gray, where he was just like, just because she's provocative on social media, that means I have to address her as provocative in person.
Yeah, there's no
And
reason
I
for
think
that.
right,
Mm-mm.
and that's why I believe in a time and a place. Just like a time and a place, perfect example, church. There's a certain attire for
Yes.
church and there isn't a certain attire for church. Club attire is not meant for church. And I'm like, and that's one thing I seen a lot when I used to go to church with my mom when I was younger. There'll be women in church with 6-inch stiletto heels,
What?
the tightest dresses in church. I'm like, that's not the attire for church. This is
No,
church.
but
Like you can wear a cute little flowy dress, but why are you in a bodycon dress, 6-inch heels in church? That's club attire. There's a
those are
time and a
people who are
place.
not
Mm-hmm.
like us. That might be them getting dressed up, Shauna,
Right, but
in
at
their
the same
mind.
time, you guys don't go to your job with your cleavage out. I sure as hell don't, and I have a casual job where I can wear jeans and stuff like that to work.
We got a whole
And
different mindset in this trio.
but that's correct.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but nobody's going to work with their cleavage out, and you have to dress professionally when you go to work.
Not even with your cleavage out. Know what? You shouldn't be going to work also looking like frumpy to frump.
Right. And that's all I get from
Yeah.
this is time and a place. There's a time and a place for everything. For me personally, I don't give a shit what people do on their social media because that's your social media. It may
Yeah.
be a reflection of your mindset, and that's about it. But
Or at
other
least a
than
part
that,
of your mindset.
right, a city girl part of your mindset, where on IG you're a city girl, but on everyday life you're a Solange Knowles. So it's just like that's the
Oh
only way
my
I know how to
God.
describe it. That's literally the only way I know how to
I
describe it.
feel
That's
like
it.
Solange Knowles is slightly a city girl. She just doesn't talk about it.
She does it in a very discreet way because her IG isn't like
Yeah.
Because she
super.
is but she's also not super conservative either. Like she can be pretty very
That's why
liberal
I said.
in a
That's why I
sexual sense.
said. That's why I said you can be a Solange Knowles in person, but a city girl online. So I don't
We
know.
know
It's just
Solange,
different.
right?
And I guess it just comes from the mindset of like me growing up, always being like the big girl and always having more to show, more assets to show out, and not wanting to show my
Mm-hmm.
assets out. So
No, because as soon as you do, even if it's slightly, it's a huge deal. Everyone's like,
right.
hello. And I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. That bitch's whole cleavage is out. And no one's saying a word to her.
Right. And I'm already a
Yeah.
person who absolutely does not like to turn heads. I do not like attention. I do not
Mm-mm.
like people's eyes to be fixated on me. So I dress in a way that compliments me, but at the same way makes me not stand out on a regular day. Unless I want to stand out, that's a whole different story.
I don't mind standing out, but I want to stand out for the right reasons. At
Yeah.
least the right reasons in my mindset, how I operate. My right reasons are
Mm-hmm.
if I look cute, great, I look cute. Not because my boobs are out, not because my slit is real high,
But just because my clothes look nice on me, I have a nice
They
fit on
look
that
good
day.
on me in that moment. I have a good aura and a vibe because I'm a hippie now, apparently. And because I'm that bitch. Because when I walk down the hallway, you will notice my presence. You will hear me coming, and you will say hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
But I'm pretty sure we're all on agreement on this. There's a time and a place, and no
Yeah,
one
that
gives a
woman's
shit.
wildin'. I don't know what her problem is. She needs
Because
to get
that's
Yeah.
hugged.
because whatever happens, that's whoever got to deal with that deals with that. That ain't our business.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
Now, if you start coming
Live
at
your
me
life.
she
sideways,
needs a hug. Anyways,
Live
yeah.
your life. Hot girl
yeah.
summer 2021.
It's gonna be something's gonna be hot this weekend. This weekend, the next, people about to be wildin', and I want zero parts of it.
Yep.
Zero. All right, well, let's get into topic number 2. I'm excited.
Oh
Um,
Lord.
whatever. So we're gonna play a game of Would You Rather. So I asked these ladies to come up with 3 questions that you got to pick a this or that, and we're gonna ask each other and see everybody's responses because I need to hear Keyshawn's first. So I want to hear
Oh
what
my
she's
Yes.
god.
brewing.
All right, hold on. Let me get back into my notes.
Get your life together.
If this is really good, can we add more questions?
Yeah,
Damn, now
we take good questions.
you gonna make me break my
Okay.
mind now.
If
All right,
we
I'll
think
start
of
it.
questions, keep going.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna start it real easy.
Oh
I'm
God.
gonna give y'all an easy
Like a
one.
sleepover. High tea after dark.
It's kind of dark in my room.
All right. So my first question is: would you rather spend a year on a deserted island or spend a year in jail?
Deserted island.
A year in jail.
A year in jail for me as well.
Yeah.
Because a lot of women's jail are just correctional facilities and they look
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, they do. I watched 60 Days In, so I know how to
Right.
get my way around.
They be clicking up in there. They be out here twerking. The CEOs be mad
Yup.
cool sometimes. I'm good. I'll go to jail. I'm perfectly fine with living on a schedule.
Yeah.
I'm
Nah,
too black and I'm too fat to be on a deserted island. I'm good.
I'd rather die.
Oh, it's
Because that's what's going to happen when I go to deserted island. I do not want to go to jail for any means, any reason. No, I'm
Nah, Melissa
good.
crazy.
I am
oh
crazy. I'm
man.
fully fine with this.
Well, then can you send us some commissary on the desert island?
Bitch, I ain't got no phone. I'm on a desert island. Ain't nobody gonna find me. I'm finna
Girl,
die.
walkie-talkie it.
Walkie talkie. So I'm gonna come find you in jail instead of coming to find somebody to get me off the island so then I can really get you some money.
Listen, I'm gonna be chilling in jail if that's the case.
Yeah, y'all be fine. I'm gonna die. Like,
I get a bed, I get a shower, I get food 3 times a day, I get a library, I get TV time.
I am
And
not
I even
worried
get
about
snacks.
y'all when I'm on a desert
I'm
island.
good,
I'm worried
fam.
about when the next meal is.
And that's why I will go to jail. What do you mean? You get fed 3 times a day. You
I'd
get a
rather die.
shower, you get a bed.
I'd
It may
rather
not be the
die.
best bed.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're not even sure what kind of deserted island you're gonna be on. Melissa, you don't even like bugs. Like seriously?
Right.
I just said I have accepted that I will die. I'm fine with this.
No, fam, I'm good.
No, because then I got to when I come out of jail, I'm gonna have to pay people back. I'm gonna have to have probation. This sounds like a lot. I'm good. No, I'd rather just just wrap this puppy up in a bow. Call it what it is.
Women's jail is actually a lot more nicer than
That's
men's
nice.
jail.
Male.
They treat you very well.
Mm.
At least they treat you better.
Listen, I'm a black woman in America. I think everyone's gonna treat me badly, so I'm good. I'm just gonna.
I respect that.
I'm
Yeah, I
good.
do too.
I got shit else.
Oh no.
All
All
right.
right.
I can popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Would you rather have as your baby daddy Future or Drake?
Drake.
I knew that was gonna be your answer.
That was so easy.
Drake.
Where you at though? Oh
You ain't give
man.
me good options, but I'll go with Drake. He's more reliable. At least I know he'll come around and see his kids. But
Listen,
Yes.
I had to ask. It was the first thing that popped in my mind when we agreed on this.
if Future got like 17 kids, I'm good.
Dog,
Oh God, no.
he got way too many kids.
Plus, he talking about mask off. I'm keeping that mask on.
First of
It's
all,
mask
That was
on.
pre-pandemic though. That was like
I
5 years
don't care.
pre-pandemic.
He
Kelly
started
said,
it though.
we pandemic everything now. You better get that fucking song off the air. Got the
Yep.
wrong one.
You better lose those royalties.
Nah, he got 17 kids, bitch. He needs all
Mm.
the royalties.
He don't have 17 kids of just being dramatic.
No, he probably does. He probably does.
Oh man.
Let's keep
Kelly.
it real.
Well, I mean, that was so amazing. I love Drake. But would you rather continue your life or restart it?
Oh, damn.
Continue.
Yeah. That's too much of a gamble.
Right. Especially if I have the memories of what I've done before and I'm trying to like either correct some things or adjust some things. Like I don't wanna have to, go through a guesstimate all over again. I'm good. I'll continue. I don't
Well,
I, I,
Yeah.
it's a huge
I don't
gamble because
regret much.
your life will change dramatically with the small, because I'm a movie
Right.
watcher, with the
Right. With
small
those
change you
small
Yeah.
made,
right.
your life
Right.
will be completely different than it was before.
I'm not
And
about to take that gamble.
that's a huge gamble. I kind of like where I'm at. Even when I'm stressed the fuck out, I
First of
still
all,
like it
I
here.
don't even like going to the casino to gamble. I go to the
True.
casino to drink. So for me, it's
That
just
is
like
very true.
I don't even like playing the lottery. So it's just I don't like to lose.
Yeah, I
So
don't like gambling for sure things that are happening currently right now in my life. I'm good.
right. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll continue living it out.
Yeah, I don't even know.
What about you, Kelly? What would you
Can't even
do?
imagine that.
I was going back and forth, and I'm the one who wrote the question.
Mm.
But but I think I would continue. It's just that I wish I had like a little bit of a rewind button and then take those parts and bring it with me. But I think I'll just continue with the story.
Yeah.
I take it as the moments that I know I could have made a huge difference in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I just will take that information and give it to the next generation. Be like, yo,
Yep.
this is where I
Yep.
fucked up. This is where my
Experience.
life could have maybe gone in a higher trajectory. But who knows now?
Yep. Take that wisdom and go with it.
So,
Yep.
is what it is. We here now, B.
All
Yep.
right. Another one. So would you rather live out the rest of your life in a zombie apocalypse or a robot apocalypse?
Oh my
Ooh, DJ
god.
Khaled.
Mm.
All right, a zombie apocalypse or what?
A robot apocalypse.
Ooh,
You want to know what I would pick?
yes.
Yeah.
I would honestly pick a zombie apocalypse
Me too.
because after iRobot, I'm good, fam.
Heat sensors, they can find me. The zombies can't find me. They can only spot me by smell.
After Terminator, that glimpse into the future, I'm good, fam.
Yeah.
Because I
The
feel
robots
like
will win.
they're way more lethal
Yeah, they
than
will win.
zombies. If we got some Walking Dead zombies, I think we'll be fine. If we
Yeah.
have World
That's
War
true.
Z zombies, I think we will die. And
Yes.
or
correct.
we have Dawn of the Dead zombies, we're gonna die. But if we have Walking
If it's
Dead
just
zombies,
light to light combat, I'm fine with this. I
right?
think I can make it for a good bit.
You know, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna get on my Michonne shit. I'm gonna get me a
Yup.
katana, and I'm gonna slice zombies
Yeah.
open. That's
But you
it.
will practice your gun in loud
But
areas.
I will definitely still carry a gun though.
100,000%.
100%.
Sure.
I
Yeah.
think, yeah, no robot is apocalypse for me. After iRobot and Terminator, I'm just like, I'm good.
Nope.
I'm
Technology
good.
is way smarter than us. I'm good.
Even all this shit that people are doing with AIs and stuff like that, I'm good. Like, y'all need to
It's
stop with this
creepy.
artificial intelligence. Like, y'all gotta stop.
Also, sending our DNA away on things, that makes me. What are you doing with my DNA after you've run the
No,
blood test? I don't want.
no, I'm
I don't
okay.
want to know. I
Mm-mm.
don't. No.
Especially that movie I Machina. That movie just no. Ex Machina,
What is it
no.
called?
Ex Machina.
I don't know.
It's about artificial intelligence. Like this guy, he like owns like a remote island, and he's like working on an artificial intelligence woman to be like a not really a pleasure bot, but to be like a companion bot. And she
Pleasure
ends
bot.
up it's not a pleasure bot, like it's a companion bot he was trying to make. So he ends up succeeding, and she
Mm-hmm.
ends up growing intelligence as she should, and she ends up growing feelings, and she ends up feeling like she's a prisoner on the island, and she finds a way to kill him and escapes and goes into the real world.
Nope.
I'm okay.
Nope.
Perfectly fine.
Nope.
She looks 100% human, everything. So I'm gonna say, no, I'm okay.
Mm-mm.
Zombie apocalypse.
I'm okay.
No, I'm okay.
Because as soon as usually the bite is like 24 hours, and then you just straight up real zombie. So that's fine. That's fine.
And the way that robots be killing people in
Nope.
movies,
Ripping their
they
bodies
be
apart. Mm-mm.
right,
No. Mm-mm.
right,
I'll feel
punching you
that.
down.
Mm-mm.
You can't even hide on the ground. I'm good.
Nope. Listen, with at least with zombies, you can rub yourself in whatever they smell like, or blood, or whatever. Like whatever works to keep them away. I could do that. I don't mind smelling like shit because everybody smells like shit because it's a
Right,
zombie
they can't.
apocalypse.
And look at that. They lived in a prison for literally like 2 years.
Of peace until some asshole human ruined it.
Right.
Humans are the problem here. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
If you can listen to if you could listen to one artist for the rest of your life, would it be Biggie or Tupac?
Oh, Biggie.
I said Biggie too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because you know why? I
That's no
feel
cap.
like Biggie had like a mix of music, whether it was like club bangers, car bangers, and soulful things that like touches your heart. And I
Mm-hmm.
felt like Tupac had more soul touchers than actual like stuff you can like bang to. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes and no. Because I listen to a lot of Tupac music, and he does have a range. They just don't push the range. They push the stuff that made him Tupac.
No, at least for me, the stuff that I've listened to from Tupac touches my soul more than it made me want to be like, yeah, uh, uh. It's
Oh,
like,
all
you
that?
understand what I'm saying? I wish you can see the motions that I'm doing and you'll understand what I mean.
That's why I want a video.
See, for me personally, my favorite Biggie song is "Kick in the Door," so that song makes me feel like a little gangster. So I think that's
Oh
why I say
my
Biggie.
god.
But I have more favorites from Biggie than I do Tupac, so I think that's where the favoritism comes in.
Yeah.
I'm actually leaning on Tupac. Because I listen to way more West Coast than I do East Coast. I'm trying to fix that, but that's just how my life went, apparently.
Mm.
My radio life.
Mm-hmm.
I am listening to I'm like starting to
Okay.
listen to more like East Coast rappers, like old albums. Go ahead.
Mm.
Oh. Alrighty. So, would you rather pay for sex or be paid to have sex?
Fuck Kelly.
Oh my
Am I
god.
still me in this scenario?
I mean, I would love it to be you.
I
If
mean,
it wasn't
listen,
you,
there's different type of mindsets out here in these streets.
yeah.
If I'm Don Draper or if I'm Melissa, that's two different people.
Right. Damn, Kelly, you're stumping me right now. Nah, you
Hey, I
about to make
had
me
to
get
go
extra
there.
candid.
Um,
Be paid. I'm sorry, be
That's
paid.
what I think.
I would rather pay, to be honest,
Really?
because I probably won't. Be a hella discount.
See, but either way, it's an option. You don't have to.
That's why I'm
Mm-hmm.
asking if it's me or if it's Don Draper, because Don Draper, quite honestly, goes both ways. He pays or he gets it for the free skis, but he still does pay. Melissa don't pay. So Melissa I would rather be the payer, but I won't pay. It's just you get the reward of the vagine.
You mean payee. You're the person being paid. It's a payee.
No, I said I would rather be the person to pay because I probably wouldn't have to pay.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can go either way, I guess, because it's an option. You don't have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I won't.
And I'm a prude, so I probably won't do either. So it
I'll
doesn't
Yeah.
cook
make a
for you
difference.
before I pay for it. That's just what it is. I'm a trader of services. I don't.
Respectable.
No shade to sex workers out there. No shade
No
At
shade.
all.
I just don't have the
Heck
conscience
no.
for it, or I would have went into the game a long time ago.
I respect. Yeah, exactly. I don't have
Mm-hmm.
that mindset for that. So,
I could have had
but
a
I
sugar.
respect
I
the
could have
hustle.
5 sugar daddies by now if I had that mindset.
Right. I respect the hustle though. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure, because you're sacrificing your body and
Mm-hmm.
Your
that's
time, your health, your mental state, everything.
everything.
So
So that is an
Yeah.
I
investment.
respect the hustle.
Keep strong, ladies. Speaking of
Mm-hmm.
sex,
What the heck?
would you rather join a sex cult or be in a basic bitch sorority?
A basic bitch sorority, because those fucking sex cults get extreme.
So do
Yeah, man.
sororities.
Yeah.
At least a sorority I can tap out. Like,
No, you can't. That's a
No,
lifelong
you can't.
commitment.
Yeah, they don't let you go.
I'm
Yeah,
alright.
they will find you. They are not. They don't play that. Mm-mm.
They're
I don't
like
even
Liam
know.
Neeson and Taken. I will find you and I will kill you.
Yep.
That's a cult. That's a sorority.
Can I do neither?
Nope. You got to choose one.
No.
Come on,
Because
man. Don't play out of the game.
sex cults are scary.
So is basic bitch sororities. That's why I picked these.
Like they into shit that I don't think I will ever be into.
Have you seen the video of the girls doing the clapping song, like sorority song thing? It's terrifying.
Clapping
I'll
song.
just check out mentally for that.
When they open the door and it's like 40 fucking basic bitches just on top of each other, like ba-da-da-da-da, clapping, singing this fucking song that I can't understand what they're saying because they're terrifying. They're like
I still go
evil
with basic
chihuahuas.
bitch sorority.
Oh god.
I don't think I have the physical stamina or the mental capacity for a sex cult. I'll just do the basic bitch sorority.
I feel like both
Yeah.
are hard.
Both are hard. But
The
one
only
but
reason
Uh-huh.
I would just choose the sorority because I love monograms. So I'll be the one to make the clothes.
that's your color
cool
scheme
with
right
me.
there. I'll
You
make
could
the
be the
cheers.
sorority's marketing director.
I'll fix. I'll like
Yeah.
clean up their cheers a little bit because they just be wilding sometimes.
See, we can all find our place,
Right.
and then just sit in the corner.
I don't think I
I'll
can
help
be
the
in a
house
sex cult.
mom.
I'm
I'll
sorry.
help the house mom make sure the kitchen stays in order.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think I can find my place in a sex cult because I don't got the stamina for that shit. I'm sorry. They be into some weird things. Like I'm not into that dominatrix stuff. That BDSM. Nah, ain't no pegging going on over here. I'm good.
Not on a
Whoa.
regular basis. That ain't it.
They're
Shoot.
crazy. Like I'm good. Whoever's into it, I'm proud of you.
Being in a basic bitch sorority, that's a lot of energy. A lot of
It
energy
is.
because you got to keep up with school, the basic bitch sorority calendar, and then also if there's a personal life outside that. If you have a man, because that's a part of being in a sorority, you trying to get a husband.
Mm-hmm.
So then you got to balance
Yep.
that as well. Oh fuck.
I'd rather try to do that than have my vagina sore every single night. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
perfectly
not
fine.
pleasant.
Oh, you drugged out the entire time, so you don't really have to put no energy into it.
That's even worse. Lesser of two evils. If that's what you want for your life, then more power to you. Take what you take it. Lesser of two evils.
Mm-mm-mm.
If that's your kink, go right ahead. That ain't mine.
Done.
That's hilarious. Make me the treasurer.
Kashana.
Okay. All right. So my next would be: would you rather have people read your mind for a week or have extreme flatulence every time you told a lie for a week?
See, that ain't right.
Is it like my current farts or is it like fart?
No, I said extreme flatulence. Flatulence
Oh, yeah.
is the
Okay, so
upset stomach, the
extreme.
gas, the bloating, the farting, the burping. That's extreme flatulence. It's
Either
everything.
way, I feel like I would get fired, so I'd rather just fart.
I said extreme flatulence because my mind is a fucking nutshell. I don't
Yeah,
think you
I
want to
don't
know what
want
I'm
Yeah,
doing.
man.
I don't think anybody wants to know what happens up here, so I'm good.
No.
People be talking to me
Heck
and I'm thinking
no.
some foul shit, so I think
Yo, shut
I'm
the
good.
Yep.
fuck up with your punk ass bullshit. Ugh, people are so exhausting.
Oh
So
God.
I'll go with extreme
Yeah.
flatulence. I already experienced flatulence on a regular anyway, so
Yeah,
might as well
just add it on. It's fine.
I deal with the bloating, I deal with the cramps, there's medication for
Yep.
it. I'm good. I'll take it. I'll
Listen, we
take it
can
and
get some
go.
pads and just call this shit a day. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. I'll wear dresses that
Yeah.
week. It's fine.
Free flow.
Yeah, it's really easy.
Ridiculous, man. Oh man.
Woo.
Alrighty. So, would you rather see your mother's search history or your father's search history?
My mother's 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, cause my mama crazy.
My dad's a dad. My dad's a man, so
I feel
I'm
like
good.
my mom probably Google shit that she legally shouldn't Google. Like,
Listen, my mom, because my dad stays up until like 2 o'clock in the morning,
I don't want to
and my
know.
mom
I
be
don't
and my
want to know.
mom be asleep.
I don't want to know.
So I
Mm-hmm.
don't
I
want to
don't
know.
know. I
My
don't want to know.
mom's,
Oh God.
my mom's, because I know my
Uh,
mom's just gonna be nursing shit, so I'm good. My mom's.
I only
Mm.
say my dad because I know he don't Google shit. He
You
don't
don't
use
even
his,
use Google,
he uses his computer to pay bills, and
and
that's it.
that's it.
Oh my God.
Trying to explain to this man how to attach a PDF to an email was like fucking surgery. It was like
Right.
pulling out my teeth.
Oh.
So I know he don't Google shit, so I'm fine with my dad. I don't want to know my mom's searches. I don't. No,
I would do my mom.
I can see that.
Yeah, she's just listening to music and old music videos, and my dad is just the
Right.
technical
I
person,
feel
and I don't
right. I
understand.
feel like dad and men are like they're like fucking murky water. Like it can go anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's the perks of having an old parent, old parents. I,
It really is.
I know what he does. I know the shit he shouldn't be doing. But on the computer, he ain't doing shit.
I know, but my dad's like a 64-year-old
Oh, your
modern
dad is
person,
very young at
so
heart.
he's very tech savvy, and
Yeah,
that's scary.
I don't
So
want to know. Yeah, out of all the parents here, I think I would be more concerned about what he actually uses his computer for, because he
yeah.
actually knows how to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Oi, let's see. If you, for the rest of your life, you could only have your phone or your computer, what would it be?
My computer.
My computer.
I feel like you can do everything you do on the phone on your computer now.
Yeah, that's why I'm perfectly fine with just having my computer because I can text on here. I can do
You can
everything on here.
call.
Everything.
And if I want to watch a show, it's on a bigger screen.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I like the way you ladies think. I like
Yeah.
this.
And it'll be a perfect excuse why you missed the call. I'll be like, I wasn't on the computer at that time. What are you talking about? It was closed. It was off. What are
Go
you
back
talking
to
about?
2003.
That you called me?
Oh shit,
When?
girl! You know I don't get no calls. You better stop.
Oh. So I was like Googling stuff the other day. Yesterday we were talking about making this up. And just to get like a base of would you rather questions. And I had seen one and he was just like, would you rather live without internet for the rest of your life or live without AC and heating for the rest of your life?
Oh fuck that internet.
Internet gone.
Got to go.
But I said, but from my mindset, growing up in Guyana, where we didn't have internet in the time when I lived there, and we didn't have AC or heating, we lived off of fans, and it wasn't terrible. So I think I can live without internet. I think I can live without the AC and the heat.
No, I get very angry when it goes way too more in the wrong direction.
Yes.
And because I can keep a lot of things under control when my temperature is at where it's supposed to be. But when I'm sticky and hot or freezing to the point I'm shivering, Oh no, I don't give a fuck what you want. I can't help you.
Mm-mm.
I need fucking heat or cool air. Back away from me.
Yep.
I'm gonna go stand in the freezer. Fuck no. Plus, I don't want to talk to nobody anyways. I'll get a landline. Y'all can call me.
Yeah.
I ain't going nowhere. Clearly, I'm a stay-at-home mom now.
Oh my god.
Would if you could only watch this movie one more time for the rest of your life before it's gone forever, would it be Mean Girls or Clueless? Because I'm a basic bitch.
Mean Girls.
It's the pink for me.
It's Regina George for me.
That's hard. Because I don't watch.
It's hard, but it's easy.
I don't watch Clueless as much as I want to.
I don't know. For me, it's easy because I felt like Mean Girls were more of like, it's more. Don't get me wrong, Clueless was funny, but I feel like Mean Girls has more funny high school tropes inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
tell
I
you
felt
why.
when I was watching Clueless, I felt like I was watching college students, not high school students.
Yeah.
I tell you why Mean Girls would win though. Because the one part about Clueless that I've never liked, the fact that she ended up with her stepbrother.
Oh yeah, that's just so
yeah,
weird.
no.
Yeah,
And no one had a fucking problem with it.
because there's a fetish behind step siblings.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole pornography category just for step siblings, and it's weird.
That's
so weird.
It's weird. Our parents are boning.
Right.
Gross.
Oh god.
Gross.
Just,
Gross.
ugh.
Gross.
Ugh.
Gross. It was fucking gross. Everything else about Clueless was great, but then that part happened, which is right at the fucking end, which is even more irritating. And I was like, oh, well, it's over now. Thanks for ruining it.
It's just like, nah.
But I do have a Clueless type suit in my closet.
And it was Lindsay Lohan at her finest
right.
in her acting career. It's just like, how can you not like Lindsay at her best point in her acting career? And Regina George.
First of all, Rachel McAdams is life.
She's queen.
She is life in everything she fucking does, and I love her.
No matter what it is.
And anyone who has a problem with it, fuck off.
Right. We are Rachel McAdams stands here.
Adams?
Yes. Oh my god.
All right, ladies, do you have any more?
Oh, I do have one more.
Lay it on us.
Would you rather everyone that you love forget your birthday, or everyone you love sing happy birthday to you for 24 hours straight?
Oh God, forget my birthday. Just forget it. Just forget it.
That is so
forget it. Take it out your mind, throw it out the window, just forget it. Like, just forget it. I will literally lose my mind if every time I saw a family member, a relative, a friend, just a person, just sing me.
No, she said everyone I love. I don't love all my family, so it's short list, and I don't have that many friends. So,
ma'am, I live in a house of everyone I love, unfortunately. So I would shoot myself.
Yeah, I don't.
That's
more than enough. That many people, so.
And then I have an autistic niece who loves the happy birthday song.
Oh my goodness.
She loves people's birthdays.
Oh man.
I've never seen her more excited than when it's someone's birthday and she gets to sing happy birthday and eat cake.
Well, duh.
That's always a plus.
And I have a nephew who will take advantage of annoying me with it. So, okay. I'm okay. Perfectly fine.
The ladies have spoken.
Yeah, I'm fine with them singing to me, honestly. I'm that type of socio, so I need the attention.
That's a little narcissistic.
I am very narcissistic when it comes to my birthday. Let's be very fucking clear.
See, me and Kelly are the opposite. It's just like, nah. Just tell me it
With
one
the
time.
You
Shoot a
both know
text.
that I take it
Goodbye.
very personally when someone I love doesn't say happy birthday to me. I take it very
Very.
personally.
I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
just
That's
shoot
the
a
way to
text.
get on my shit list.
Just shoot a
Yeah.
text and just keep pushing.
That's all I need. But if you don't acknowledge my birthday at all, oh, okay. Have a good day.
I've turned down birthday parties, dinners. I'm good. Just shoot it
Mm-hmm.
down.
I don't need all that. I just need you to send a happy birthday text, a DM. It ain't got to be a whole lot. I don't even need the gifts. I just need the love.
The acknowledgement. That's enough for me. Just
That's all
acknowledge
I
it.
need. If you can't do that minimum, then I don't want you in my life. So have a good day.
I don't need it at all. Next.
All right, ladies. Well, we are getting to end our episode, which means weekly recommendations. Ba-dow. So I had to let that off my chest. So this is where the ladies and I recommend anything from music, movies, to quotes, to advice, to products, whatever, just to help you out your week if it works for you. And if not, you can come back. It's on our Instagram. You can find it. So, ladies, who wants to go first?
I don't mind going first because
Oh.
mine is technically not a product. It's just like a word, like not even a word of advice. But I would just like to say, treat yourself. And I say that because I'm a person that believes in like giving yourself the gift when you want to give yourself a gift.
Mm-hmm.
I technically don't rely on other people to give me gifts. So the
Yes.
other day, well, not the other day, like basically like a month ago, I went on a little splurge because there's an item that I've always wanted.
Ooh.
What'd you
I've
get? What'd you get?
I've always wanted a Dyson Supersonic. I did.
Oh.
I did it.
You're such
And
an
for the
adult.
I know, and because
Yeah.
I was tired of sharing a blow dryer with my mom, okay? It gets annoying.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Isn't it amazing?
yes, back in April, Sephora always have like these little annual sales and stuff like that. These annual, not really annual, they do it a lot more now. But they had their spring discount sale and they finally put Dyson products into that sale. So,
Wow.
I treated myself to a Dyson Supersonic blow dryer and it has revolutionized my life over the past month.
First of all, the drying is so much faster with that thing.
Not only is it faster, girl, I can actually like do like actual wash and go hairstyles and dry my hair in under like 20 minutes. And I love it.
Jag.
And I
It's
had,
amazing.
yes, and I blow dried my hair the other day because I wanted to straighten my hair out a couple weeks ago. And that was my first time using it. And it was blow dried and straightened to perfection with absolutely no heat
Yes.
damage. And I loved it. And I don't regret it. It was a splurge, but I could afford it in the moment when I did it. And
Mm-hmm.
my pockets are not feeling it. And treat yourself.
Love that.
Treat yourself. Do not be uncomfortable with getting something if it's a little pricey, as long as it doesn't affect your pockets, displace your bills, or anything like that. Treat
I
yourself.
agree.
And
Mm-hmm.
whoever keeps on telling black women that you can't have nice shit needs to stop telling black women you can't have nice shit
First
or
of all,
feeling bad for having
stop
nice
Oh,
shit.
talking for
golly.
us and to us.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're not only for people with pretty curly hair, they're for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, treat yourself.
Kelly, do you want to go? You want me to go?
Sure, I will go. And this is let's call it a community service that you can
Oh.
do for yourself and for everybody around you because it needs to happen. So, I'm going to tell everybody that as much as we have seen on media, social media, and TV, and all this stuff about police officers, not all of them are the greatest, but not all of them are, all of them, you got to give people a chance. So, I'm going to tell you to walk into your local police department on a regular sunny old day. And if you see police officers either in a group or one just sitting solo in their car or at your Dunkin' Donuts, go up to them and just say, hey, officer, can we just like sit down and have a little conversation and just like be open with any concerns that you may have. Be open in asking what they have plans for on their department of what they're going to do locally in your community. Talk about the race issues that you have interest and concern in. Just be an open book because that's honestly what police officers and departments want you to do as local citizens and residents of the area that they serve. And the thing about it is like when you look at everything that has gone on with police brutality and stuff, it's always a situation where both of us, not even just black people, but Asians, Hispanics, even white folk, it's a thing where we're always coming at a point where it's negative. And in order for things to start to change and to give both sides an opportunity to be in a good light, it's up to us to give those people in uniform a chance. And if we can start the conversation in a casual setting when it's at a Starbucks or at the grocery store or just them hanging out in, I don't know, a school parking lot in the carpool line, doing that little bit of a duty is going to be a good step in the right direction, I think. And more of that needs to happen. It's pretty sickening to see the negative that's going on, and it's tiring, and I'm tired of it. I'm sure y'all are tired of it.
Yep.
So if you feel comfortable enough and you don't have that complete fear of police officers, because to be honest, I'm not afraid of police officers. I don't get scared when I'm driving on the road and I just slow down from 60 to 2 miles an hour. Like, that's just dumb. You look suspicious.
Just take your foot off the fucking gas.
Yeah, mind your business. But like, if you know that you don't have any warrants on you, if you know you're a great, outstanding citizen, just be courteous and be nice and just start the conversation.
Make them engage with the community.
Yeah.
Got it. Yes, ma'am. I won't. Just because Richmond is. No, I'm good.
Yeah, that area.
Richmond needs some real love. Richmond PD needs some real refreshing,
tender love and care.
I'm not even gonna go there. Anyways, but yes, power to anyone who would like to really make your local police department realize who's in their community, the voices, and what you want for your community as a collective.
Mm-hmm.
And power to you. I hope it gets some real results because I think that having more conversations that are not in an attacking manner will help rebuild. But we have to do it one step at a time. All right. Well, mine is super easy and nothing really much to talk about. If you have HBO Max, please go watch Black Lady Sketch Show. It is fucking hilarious. It cracks me up. My boyfriend and I both love it. That's all I got. A bunch of black ladies making shit funny. That's it. And not playing one particular stereotype. They do everything. It is literally hilarious. All right. Well, ladies, do we have anything else we want to talk to the crew about, or we think we're gonna wrap this sucker up?
I'm good.
I'm gonna wrap it in a bow.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. But thank you for listening to High Tea with Mel, Kelly, and Kay. Well, don't forget, you need to just leave a quick review, 5 stars on iTunes. Not asking for a lot. But you're welcome to follow us also on Instagram at hight_podcast and on Twitter at hightpod, the number 1. And look in the description below for more links and all things high tea. Thank you and see everyone next week. Peace.